It is freezing out here. But anyway, this week I went to a couple of shoots. I was able to film just none of those shoots. So yesterday I went to Frankfurt to take some good photos there. There was a ship on the river just passing by, and what I did, I took this photo right here. And this photo is really good, although pretty good. It's not perfect, but I mean, no one wants perfection. I'm gonna share with you my settings to get photos like this, and so hopefully you can take photos like this as well. And yeah. So before I tell you how I took this photo, you have to know about shutter speed. So shutter speed is the little thing that shows 1 over something of a second. The shutter speed tells you how long the sensor is capturing light. So for example, I'm at the shutter speed of 1/100. I know for video it should be 1/50th, but I don't have any filters, so I have to shoot at 1/100th of a second. Shutter speed is the time that your sensor is capturing light. If you have a high shutter speed, for example like 1/1000th of a second, you're gonna get every single thing in so every single thing is gonna be sharp in your photos, so there will be no motion blur. If you don't know what motion blur is, it's just like this. So right now there's not a lot of motion blur. So if something moves very quickly in your photos, this is called motion blur. If you take something, for example your hand, and do like this in front of your face, you're gonna see that your hand will be not sharp anymore. You can of course pause this because you're in real life, but on a video you can pause this and see that it is not sharp. So what does it mean for our shot? If you want to get a shot like this, you have to track a subject. For example, a car, or like I did, a ship. Okay, if you're tracking a subject and you're shooting at a higher shutter speed, for example, let's say 1/100th of a second, you're gonna get no to less motion. But if you're shooting at, for example, 1/25th of a second and you're tracking a subject and your subject's pretty fast, then you are gonna get some motion blur. And if you're at, for example, let's say 1/30th of a second and you're tracking your subject, there would be a high chance that you're not gonna get the shot. For example, usually if I do panning shots, I take, for example, hundreds of photos. I take hundreds of photos, and out of these 100 photos, just like 1 or 2 photos that turn out pretty good. It takes time. It takes a lot of practice. It takes time, and surprisingly, on my shoot, it took 3 photos. There was this one ship passing by, and I took photos for number 1. No, 2. No, it's not good. 3. Okay, and I was like, okay, wow, okay, this looks sharp, and yeah, it wasn't perfect, of course, but it was pretty good. So what I did, what my setting was, I was shooting at 1/5th of a second. 1/5th of a second is pretty damn low. You're not gonna shoot a car like this, but you are gonna shoot, for example, that is really slow, for example like a ship or something. And what I had my tripod, my Gorilla Pod attached to my camera, so it is really heavy, so there's not like a lot of shakes in the shot, and you want to avoid any shakes. I'm having a cold. Shit, so I have to drink this warm. I mean, never mind. Face addiction with mass. It doesn't work. Anyway, you have to balance between getting the best shot you can in the range amount of time you have. So, if you're like shooting in 1 second, you would have decades to wait on, because it is way harder than you think. And if you have like 1/30th, you could get the shot in, I don't know, 10 minutes. I was lucky with my shot where I was getting the perfect picture in the third shot. I was lucky with that. So it wasn't the experience that made that, it was just luck. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you're new here. And follow me on Instagram, Fourth Piece. And yeah, see you guys next week. See ya.